Good morning, Wellspring. Those of you on Zoom, howdy, howdy, and those of you here, so nice to see you. Today we have a very special service on at least two accounts, and I'll leave you waiting for what the surprises are. So anyway, let's have a few announcements. Many of these you're familiar with, but I want to remind you that Early Birds continues to meet on Sunday mornings at 9:30. And we're now studying a book by Eric Butterworth called Practical Metaphysics. It brings up some very interesting conversations. So you're welcome to join us. The link is on our website. We start at 9:30. Today is Reverend Kamatara is speaking, and that's one of the joys we're going to have today. And next Sunday, Randy Granger. And then January 29th, we have a video on how to be happy every day. It will change the world. And I've watched some of this already. And this has to do with the happiness study that's been going on for over 85 years now, in which a number of folks, I don't remember, as 20 or so of, shall we say, well-to-do folks, and 20 or so of, and these were all men at the time, folks that were maybe less wealthy to begin with, from maybe the inner cities and so forth. And anyway, the happiness study, I just happened to catch a discussion about that the other day, and then it turns out this video we're going to be watching fits into that. And over the 85 years, they've been interviewing these folks for something on the order of every 2 years they talk to them, and every 15 years they do some other things and so forth. The video doesn't go into all those details, but it's since expanded from the original group because they're now following all the children and the grandchildren and stuff like that. And what the study is showing is what really truly makes us happy, or where we get there from here, so to speak. Anyway, and then lastly, I just want to give you a heads up. In March, we have our traveling monk, Brian Lotman, is going to be here again. And we'll be doing very similar to what we did last time he was here. We'll be having him during the Sunday service, and we'll also have a satsang in the afternoon. And more information will be forthcoming, but you might just, that's the 12th of March, just put that in your calendar, plan on being here. And plan on inviting your friends as well. I think those of you who attended last time were very pleased with their experience. Maybe pleased is the wrong word, but they enjoyed themselves and the experience. So word of mouth works better than any other kind of advertising. I think I'm now talking about, yes, the Board of Trustees meeting. I'm in sync with the slides. Yes, I have them wrong. Okay. All right. I apologize for that. One of the important things that we do every quarter with at the board is we distribute our tithes. And this for this past or previous quarter, we distributed $1,000 of tithe money. You know, what we bring in, we give 10%. We gave to Fort Paws and a Wake Up, which is a service dog for veterans. We gave $200. The guy who wrote these slides messed up, not saying anything. And to Project Link, homeless education program. This supports homeless students in our local community. And that we gave the $800 to them. So in your mind, switch those. We began planning for the annual meeting, which is on the 12th of February. We have it the second Sunday of every February every year. And there's going to be a luncheon after service, and then we'll go into the meeting. And we'll be giving you information on the state of the church, future plans, and we have election of officers, or election not of board members. So if you'd like to consider joining the board, please talk to any one of the board members, and our names are on the back of this as well, but I think you know who all our board members are. And if you want to be on the board, let one of us know, and we'll get your name in the roster there. All right. Our Thursday evening group has restarted meeting. Last Thursday was our first meeting, and it's not too late to join. The format for this series is that we'll be listening to a variety of speakers. Some speakers will last only one Thursday, and others, like the one we just started, was an extra long one, and it was Bruce Lipton. And so we split that into two. And after we listen to the video, the audio, then we have a discussion. That is in the social hall in person, but if you'd like to join us on Zoom, that's on Zoom as well. And just see me or Cleona for the link, and you get more information on that. Also now, the Ladies New Thought Luncheon is meeting this month on January 26th, on Thursday at CSL. That's at 11:30 in the morning. All women from our New Thought, the larger community, are invited to join. And lastly, our prayer team stands ready to serve and support you. So you can submit your prayer request either via the website, or you can give it to me, and I'll get it into our Tuesday afternoon prayer meeting. We meet at 4:15. And if you've submitted something for a prayer request, I might suggest you sit in your quiet space at 4:15 and just allow that presence and the power of these wonderful people praying with you to just flow into you, whatever it is that's bothering you. So it doesn't have to be health, but it can be health. It can be relationships. It can be just anything that you would like a little prayer support with. So please use that which is being offered to each of you. So now for our invocation. We just know that this morning, as we thought about coming here today, as we prepared ourselves for coming, as we drove here, or as we turned on our computer and got Zoom ready, we just know that Spirit was there with us as well. Spirit was already in action. And now, as we have called this service to order, we feel the intensified presence of Spirit here, in each of us, in the other here that's equally important. So we know that Spirit is filling each of us and is speaking to us through the message today and through everything that goes on in this service. So we give thanks for our recognition of this presence. We give thanks for this presence. We give thanks for each other and for the presence that we bring. And so it is. So please stand if you're able and join us in our Song of Joy. As you might notice, Barry is on vacation today, so we have brought in another crew to take us all down the road of the Song of Joy. So sing out, because we want everybody to know how joyful we are.
And the more you sing out, the more you feel that energy and joy from the music. So loud is good.
Make a joyful noise, right?
When the walls come tumbling down, I choose joy, I choose joy. When the world stops spinning round, I choose joy, I choose joy. When my heart is hard to move, when this music's lost it, when I have too much to prove, I choose joy, I choose joy. When
choose joy, I choose joy. When the fear won't let me be, I choose joy, I choose joy. When betrayals and lies hide the light from my eyes, I look up to the skies and I choose joy, I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. In this moment right here, I choose joy, I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy, I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy, I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. This moment right here, I choose joy, I choose joy. For the ones that I hold dear, I choose joy, I choose joy. To be who I must be, for the light to shine in me, for everybody to be free. I choose joy, I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. Joy, 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 I choose joy. And everybody will be free. And I choose joy, I choose joy.
All right.
All right, that was rousing. Thank you. So let's read together our vision, mission, and affirmation. And our vision is to elevate spiritual consciousness in our world. Our mission, to support individual spiritual quests through celebration, study, counsel, loving fellowship, and service. And our affirmation, as we welcome the new year, we acknowledge it as a time for new beginnings and a fresh outlook. Spirit brings forth new understandings of ancient wisdom and a greater expression of itself through us. We accept this new perspective and the increased opportunity to be of service to our fellow human beings and to the universe. And so it is. All right. All right, so our special music is, let's see, her other hat, musician, Reverend Kamatara.
So for this Ricky Byers song, see that there's a word that's italicized, and actually the last line, the word heaven, should be italicized as well. And then you can see the words on the bottom that are going to change. So you'll catch on. It's super easy. It's muy fácil. We'll have fun. Okay. All right. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing joy today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing joy today. I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing love today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing love today. I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing peace today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing peace today. I'm choosing beauty today. I'm choosing beauty today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing beauty today. I'm choosing heaven today. I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. I am walking the road of heaven right now, singing, I'm choosing heaven today. So cute.
Thank you, Kamatara. Now you can change hats here while I do the reading.
It's all good.
So today I'm choosing to read from the book, The Power of Now. And this is Eckhart Tolle. It's a book that we did in Early Birds. So some of you will remember this, but I thought it was worth reading again. And it kind of goes through, this was a question and answer type of format. And the question here is it not possible to attract only positive conditions into our life? If our attitude and our thinking are always positive, we would manifest only positive events and situations, wouldn't we? All right. Do you truly know what is positive and what is negative? Do you have the total picture? There have been many people for whom limitation, failure, loss, illness, or pain in whatever form turned out to be their greatest teacher. It taught them to let go of false self-images and superficial, ego-dictated goals and desires. It gave them depth, humility, compassion. It made them more real. Whenever anything negative happens to you, there is a deep lesson concealed within it, although you may not see it at the time. Even a brief illness or an accident can show you what is real and unreal in your life, what ultimately matters and what doesn't. Seen from a higher perspective, conditions are always positive. To be more precise, they are neither negative nor positive. They are as they are. And when you live in complete acceptance of what is, which is the only sane way to live, there is no good or bad in your life anymore. There is only a higher good, which includes the bad. Quotes bad. Seen from the perspective of the mind, however, there is good, bad, like, dislike, love, hate. But there is only a higher good. And so it is. So I just welcome with a great deal of love our beloved Kamatara today speaking for us. She's one of our spiritual leaders here at Wellspring, and it's all yours.
Got to have it just for the short girl. All right. Whew. Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Ooh, that was very nice, very nice. Good to see you, and thank you for the beautiful reading. And Evan and I had so much fun putting music together, and the early birds was amazing this morning. So it's just beautiful. I love this community so much. And gosh, it's January 15th. We're a few weeks into the new year. And I was thinking about winter break, that time we had, with all the holidays and whatnot and all the mishva that happens at the end of December and into the new year, and thinking, man, how did that go for you? Whew, yeah. And And did you take nature's cue where maybe you had a great deal of rest and hibernation and contemplation and quiet? I can already hear the giggles coming. All right. Or maybe you were like me and the rest of society and, did a bunch of crazy things you normally never do. I mean, that was definitely the route that I went. And so I ate way more than I usually eat, and I slept way less, and I spent time with way too many people and not my usual people. And then I ate really unusual foods, like things I don't normally eat. And I stayed in unusual places with unusual people, right? And then I wasn't exercising and not sleeping and not drinking my water and not doing, you can just check every box. Spiritual practice goes out the door, and any kind of self-care, it's just gone. And there's little time for quiet or rest or reading. So, oh my goodness, naughty, just saying that to myself, right? And certainly from the Bible, we know we reap what we sow. And as Ernest Holmes likes to say, it's the law of perfect balance, the law of cause and effect. And when we live out of balance, there are some serious effects. I'm feeling that now that it's January, and the huge relief of, I'm going back to work. Thank goodness. Or, I'm back to my schedule, or I'm back to not eating out almost every day, or whatever hootenanny was going on during the holidays. It was ridiculous. So right now, I'm, cleaning myself up, releasing toxins, trying to get my sleep hygiene back in order, and, all the things, all of it. I'm trying to get back on the wagon. And it's really, I was thinking about that, it's really easy to recognize when we've gone on a real bender. And I don't just mean drinking. It could be anything where I just, wow, I didn't just fall off the wagon. I like rocket launchered myself and just ground myself into ash. That's kind of what happened. But yeah, I fell off the wagon. It's super easy to recognize when that happens. And then we turn on the Eye of the Tiger song and we put ourselves back on and we're like, okay, I'm going to get serious. I got to reconnect to the stuff I know I need. That's okay. We can do that. But maybe we could ask a little better question sooner, before we recognize that we have completely fallen off the wagon. Could we notice when we start to drift before we fall off the wagon? Like, could we get there before it's DEFCON 1? Could we notice, we're at DEFCON 4? Okay, something is shifting here. In fact, there's a more subtle question to ask going forward for the whole rest of the year. And I saw this question. It was Reverend Bonnie Smith posted it on her Facebook. It was a beautiful passage that she had quoted from another person, and it was right around winter solstice. And that's how long this question has been rolling around in my brain, and I did not listen until now. So the question that we could ask at this moment is, from what have I strayed too far? That's a really powerful question that has really been hanging on for me. From what have I strayed too far? So have I strayed too far from my physical health? Maybe, do I need to get back into exercising and whole foods and water and sleep? And how is my schedule going? Is it balanced? Is the self-care in there? And not just the outer self-care, but the inner self-care that's essential, the activities that feed my soul. And have I strayed too far from my creative expression? Because we are creative beings. So are we making art? Are we engaging with friends? Are we making music? Are we writing? Are we in the wood shop? Or what is it? Are you crocheting? What are you doing that really is that creative expression? Have I strayed too far from my financial stewardship? just knowing the flow that comes in and the flow that goes out, and the great opportunity we have to tithe and to give forth and to welcome new opportunities in, and being in that beautiful flow of abundance. Have I strayed too far from my mission or my passion or what is mine to do right now in the world? It's easy to have that mission drift, as they call it in the nonprofit world, but I could have that personally. Or if I strayed too far from that divine within, can I even hear the still small voice? If I'm racing around like a crazy lady, I'm sure not gonna hear it, because there's just too many pops and buzzers and crazy things going on. Or is there something else? Just take a moment to just contemplate. Is there an answer that comes forth from your heart when you ask yourself, from what have I strayed too far? And perhaps this is a little piece of your home base that you could use again. Maybe it's something you used to do and you no longer do it, or it's something you know you should and you just, again, fell off the wagon, or you've strayed from it. There's some kind of sweet centering thing that could be really helpful right now. That would be a beautiful thing to reconnect with. And for me, recently, it's been reconnecting with music. And yeah, I play for church here and there as the opportunity arises, which, you know, is a certain level of playing, but I was actually trained as a classical pianist. So more along the lines of the Handel, the Beethoven, the Chopin, the Bach, like that's more my jam, as it were. And yeah, in college, I was playing like Rhapsody in Blue for 2 pianos and the whole thing. I mean, I used to play like a beast, but that's like 3 decades ago. So yeah, I don't necessarily play like that anymore. And an interesting opportunity came across my path. We went to see the opera Zorro in the fall, which, you know, that's like a beginner opera. If you're not really, I know not everyone's into opera. It's, it's not for the faint of heart at times. But Zorro was easy. It was in Spanglish. You know, everybody knows the story, and it's just fun. So Ken and I, so my beautiful spouse Ken, we went to go see the opera. It was so much fun. I just thought, wow, that's really interesting. My girlfriend was in the chorus. I was like, wow, how did you get to do that? That's kind of neat. And, you know, we started talking, and I was thinking, it made my heart so excited, because in high school, I was in madrigal and I was in choir, and I sang, you know, swing choir, musicals, did the whole thing. And I sang classically, like the Italian arias and all the things. So yeah, back in the day, or before children, I used to sing with a symphonic chorus, but that was pre-children. Well, our oldest child turns 22 today. I don't know how that happened, but there it is. And our little Peanut is graduating from high school this year. Wow. And so here's this opportunity. I'm like, you know, the kids are pretty much grown. And wouldn't it be interesting to do something, number 1, that's just fun, and number 2, that's for me, and number 3 is a little stretch. Like, wow. So I asked about being in the opera, and I just got news that they're like, yep, come join us. So in March, I'm going to be singing in Turandot, Puccini, not for the faint of heart. Yes, an Italian opera. And I'll be the 5th alto to the left, which is about my speed. But still, like, it's a huge stretch. And what was surprising about it is that each time I get a little text, like, what do you think? Or a little email, like, please consider this. My heart just leapt like a little child, just giddy little child. And I kind of went, oh, that would be fun. And then, of course, my brain was like, well, now hold on there. I don't know. We have to look at the schedule, and you don't want to go from, and all the things, right? But then when I just quieted down and listened to it, you know, it's been a while since you've sung classically, and this could just be fun. Wow, that's a novel thought, to just have fun. So I'm super excited to be welcoming that back in my life, and to get more serious about my musical chops that have, you know, fallen by the wayside. And that's a home base for me, to play music. You know, Ken brought his flute home and we played classical music together. We haven't done that for probably 20 years, 15 years. It's been a while. So yeah, it just was wonderful to call that forth. And then all these opportunities are coming up. So maybe there's something that's kind of lurking in the corners of your heart saying, oh, pick me. This would be beautiful. This fun, wonderful thing that is your home base that keeps you centered and grounded. And I know for me, I'm always looking for like, well, what's that work-life balance? Because I'm definitely in the throes of like the nose to the grindstone kind of moment. And to remember to pull my head up and look around and have fun. It's wonderful. And then as spirit would have it, I'm flipping through Facebook, or friends send me texts, and a friend sends me this little message from a person named Sadhguru that says, there's no such thing as work-life balance. It is all life. The balance has to be within you. Oh, was I schooled in that moment? Yes, sir. And then from Jana Kingsford, balance is not something you find, it's something you create. So thinking about that balance, take a moment to think about your own life. Is it feeling in balance? What might create your balance within? And so it got me thinking about that wagon I fell off of and thinking, okay, what's the flatbed of my wagon? To just ride this analogy, right? So, okay, what's the flatbed of my wagon? When I have strayed, what brings me back to center? Are there certain activities? Are there certain people? Is there a place? Like, what is it that's my combo package? Like, what are the planks in the flatbed of my wagon? What is it that aligns my heart, my head, my hands, and my feet? Because it's what I love, it's what inspires meaning, it's what service I can offer to the world, and what adventures I might be having. That almost feels like my little 4 directions there. Like, what is it that's going to pull it all together in this nice, juicy, divine expression that is me, that is balanced and sustainable the way the divine is? So what is the flatbed of your home base, your center? What could be maybe your 4 directions? And I know for me, it's my health. Spiritual, physical, financial, emotional. It's my health. It's my family and friends. It's my ministry in this world. And it's fun. If I have those 4 things, I'm looking pretty good. Okay, I'm on the rails. Like, mommy doesn't need a timeout. She's just sustainable. Like, things are good. I'm on the wagon. We're doing great. I can balance the inner and the outer conditions, especially the inner conditions. So that way the outer conditions, which are attracted, are fantastic. And then the ones that are not, they are repelled. That's great. It's almost like it puts this bubble around the wagon. And some things are being pulled forth and other things are being pushed. I'm like, oh, that's a beautiful balance. Okay, so now I'm on the wagon and I've got this beautiful flatbed. But now that we're balanced, we really need to add some safety features. What are the safety features on my wagon? And for me, the safety features are the routine. Do I have a routine that keeps me on the wagon? And I saw this meme that actually kind of upset me. It said, some say adventures are dangerous, but it's the routine that will kill you. And I was like, now, wait a minute. That's not fair. Because if it's that kind of a routine, like a routine that will kill you, like the slog through life and your nose to the grindstone, and every day I have to get up and I have to do. Okay, who's choosing that? Me. And why am I? Wait, no. So that's not a healthy routine. That's the victim routine. That doesn't work. That's not what I'm talking about here. When I say, okay, what safety features could we put to keep us on this beautiful wagon? Let's think about healthy routine, like life affirming, assets based, replenishing your soul kind of routine. I just know that could be the biggest blessing ever. So for me, when I'm behaving, my routine is that, morning reflection time. I have breakfast with my spouse, Ken, every morning, no matter what. Even if we're zombies, we get to that breakfast table no matter what. And it's important. And sometimes we talk and sometimes we don't, and that's fine, but it's part of the routine that there's the space for us to for real be together. And part of the routine, yes, I work Monday through Friday, 8 to 4. Like, I just try to keep that nice and even. And I go to the gym 3 times a week, and the Monday, Wednesday, Friday in the evenings with my family. And on the weekends, I see beautiful people like you and fun with friends, or we go to live music, or we go to the museums, or nerdy lectures, or hiking, or church. Like, okay, what are the things? That's the routine. That's what we do. So just to think for you, like, what is your routine that kind of sets you up for your health and your well-being and your center to keep you up on that wagon going forward? Do you have certain things that you're like, oh yeah, that really, really helps? And then to use my favorite mixed metaphor, when you know what that routine is for you, that healthy routine, then you just want to bake it into the drinking water. Absolutely, because then it's in place. It's such a potent combination if you have your balance and your routine. You've got your flatbed, your home base, and your safety features. So it's that home base for all your adventures. You've got the flatbed of the wagon that you're riding on. So that's your safe place to land. You can restore yourself. You always come back to it. You're on an even keel. That's great. And then the routine becomes the safety features that you hold on to when life gets crazy. Because your wagon may go up and down. Life may hand you a roller coaster. But if you've got your home base and you've got your safety features of the routine, man, you can get through a lot. Especially when things get totally wild and life, takes you down. You'll go down a gentle slope. Wow! Oh my God, what's going on? You've got something to hold on to because the routine is already in place. The spiritual practice is already in place. Your support system is already in place. Your friends, your spiritual community, the book that you're reading on your nightstand, or you've been practicing the presence of the divine all this time. So you can hang on and not fall off the wagon or get run over by the wagon or whatever wild things happen. It's already in place. So even though my winter break was muy loco, I was okay. I came out the other side and I could climb back on and get those safety features in place. I'm on a much more even keel at this point. It just keeps you safe and sound and moving forward. So I really hope this week you will consider that question, that very subtle question we've been asking, from what have I strayed too far? And then consider upgrading your wagon. So what is the balance? And what are the safety features of your routine? Stitch it into your routine so you can't even help but stay in alignment. You can't even, there's no way you could fall off the wagon. It's just what you do. You're just straight ahead on the rails. Beautiful. That's the challenge this week, just to contemplate that. And to close, I have a beautiful reading from Howard Thurman, but I have to tell you how this reading came to me because it absolutely was chosen by Spirit for you. I was boohooing to my friend on Friday morning that my talk hadn't quite come together yet. And I did my routine on Tuesday, Thursday, and Spirit wasn't showing up. And when it hadn't come together, and I was like, clock's ticking, God, you better cough something up. So when I shake my puny fist at God, I'm sure, Spirit laughs. So I get home from work that day and I see an email message, an e-blast from a church I don't even attend anymore. And all I see is the subject heading, and it has the name of an author and a little phrase. It just caught my attention. And it said Howard Thurman. And I went, oh, I have a book of Howard Thurman. And because the last time I was here, Judy read from this book and I liked it so much, she handed me the book, which was super kind. And then I saw the phrase and I thought, well, how am I going to find a phrase in this whole book? I'm like, well, let's start with the table of contents. And there's the phrase right there in the table of contents. And then I read the little passage. It's exactly what my talk is about today. So here you go. This will be a great way to close because, you know, Spirit wants you to hear this. And the title of this little passage is called How Good to Center Down. How good it is to center down, to sit quietly and see oneself pass by. The streets of our minds seethe with endless traffic. Our spirits resound with clashings, with noisy silences, while something deep within hungers and thirsts for the still moment, the resting lull. With full intensity, we seek, ere the quiet passes, a fresh sense of order in our living, a direction, a strong purpose that will structure our confusion and bring meaning to our chaos. We look at ourselves in this waiting moment, the kinds of people we are, and the questions arise. What are we doing with our lives? What are the motives that order our days? What is the end of our doings? Where are we trying to go? Where do we put the emphasis? And where are our values focused? For what end do we make sacrifices? Where is my treasure? And what do I love most in life? What do I hate most in life? And to what am I true? Over and over, the questions beat in upon that waiting moment. And as we listen, floating up through all the jangling echoes of our turbulence, there is a sound of another kind, a deeper note, which only the stillness of heart makes clear. It moves directly to the core of our being. Our questions are answered, our spirits refreshed, and we move back into the traffic of our daily round with the peace of the eternal in our step. How good it is to center down. So I hope y'all centered down as you upgrade your wagon this week. All right, let's take it to prayer, which is one of the ways that we center down. In this moment, in this place, it is so easy to recognize that presence of the one loving source, of that beautiful divine expression that is in all of life, as we know it, in all the people, the places, the experiences, the words, the music, the food that we share, the lives that we share, this beautiful spiritual community known as Wellspring. It is the divine in the here and now. God is expressing in, as, and through all of this. So knowing there is no separation between that one heart, one mind, one spirit, I claim from the infinite abundance of the universe for each person here present and for myself, that we each have access to that divine center. That divine center is wherever we are. And the beautiful gifts that come to us that help us to center our lives, to feel that even keel, come to us easily and effortlessly. And it's all woven together, or it's crafted together to make this beautiful ride for our lives. So we can handle the ups and downs and the overs and throughs. We have this beautiful coming together of those things that help us stay centered and balanced. And a delicious routine comes forth for each one of us in this week yet to come. We raise our awareness. What is my routine? What are my priorities? What keeps me centered and grounded? All of that comes forth to be known very clearly. And then we experience that beautiful peace and bounty that comes from feeling balanced, feeling aligned, and having that wonderful routine that keeps me aligned with the divine that is the presence and power within. And from this place of power and strength and clarity comes the great gifts we offer into the world. So I know that everyone is blessed by our presence in the week yet to come, because from this place of alignment, the divine can do its work in us, through us, and as us in the most potent way possible. And so I give thanks for this time to touch home base, to get centered, to realign and recalibrate and connect back to principle and practice and balance and routine. Oh, I'm so grateful to be able to consciously choose that for my life. I am choosing heaven today, right here and right now. I'm so grateful to be able to choose that and experience that, and for us to be able to share the journey as we choose that and know that for each other. That's the bounty of spiritual community. So I'm grateful for Wellspring and all the beautiful people in this community, and for the beautiful teachings that we share to help our lives and to experience life as the practical mystics that we are. I'm so grateful, and we are so blessed. So with a huge heart of gratitude, I release this prayer into the law, knowing that all is unfolding in divine right order now, and we are blessed. And so it is. Right. Ooh, I think we have special music now. So I'm going to ask Evan to come on down. And, I was on the way down, I was thinking, gosh, what music are we going to do? Because we were going to have fun at Evan's house this weekend and just put some music together. And I said to him, on the way down, my head was thinking of the Simon and Garfunkel song. So guess what we're doing? The song for me is just like instant fun. The second I hear it, I just smile, and it's just a hoot. So make sure you sing nice and loud and have a good time with it.
Might as well stand up, get a little energy into it.
Right? You instantly hear it. You're going to be singing this all week long. You're welcome. Slow down, you move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do, feeling groovy. Da 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 da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promise to keep. I'm doubled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning drop love all its petals on me. Life, I love you, feel is groovy.
Slow down,
You move too fast. You got to make the morning last, just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello, lamppost, what you knowin'? I've got to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do, feeling groovy. feeling groovy.
Apple and brownie and ready to sleep.
Let the morning drop
all
its petals on me.
Life, I love you,
all is groovy. Da da da, feeling groovy. Yay!
All right. Thank you. Thank you all. You guys feel energized? Yes. All right. Yeah. Well, as I mentioned earlier, you know, we are a tithing community. And since COVID, we've been just putting a basket in the back of the service for you to drop your donation in on the way in. And of course, we've been accepting donations via our website. Or what? Mail. Oh, yeah, via mail as well. And yeah, that way you don't have to pay the PayPal fee. But anyway, I just want to now acknowledge and receive our virtual and in-person gifts. We give great thanks for the offerings that have already been given and those we will be receiving, because we know that giving and receiving are both part of the one flow. We affirm that we are also a part of that flow. So we bless these gifts and know they are multiplied throughout our community. And we couldn't end the service without giving thanks for a few folks here who have contributed to making this flow freely. So we're grateful for them, in particular for Brenda back there running the slides, and for Jim on the camera, and for Edwin and Kamatara. So thank you all. And thank you for joining us for service today, those of you in Zoomland and here in the sanctuary. And lastly, stay around the Zoom meeting if you want and chat with folks that are there, and we try to be attentive to that from the sanctuary here as well. And then after service, those of you who are in person, you may join us in the social hall. Do we have, oh yes, we've got.
That's a funny picture.
We have that picture up there, okay. Oh, it's an inside joke, yeah. So please stand as you are able and read with me the benediction, and followed by our congregational song, the peace song. Spirit in the midst of us is mighty. Joy, peace, and eternal life are our true nature and flow through us into the world. And so it is.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, where God as a center, united all are we. Let them walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace.